Alrighty, thought I'd give you for this vid a bit of a rundown on our rig, what we travel around in. So, this is pretty much the other half of our home away from home. We live out of this just as much as what we do out of the caravan. So anyway, we'll start off with why we got this rig, and that, well, early last year we decided we'd update because the old 79 single cab was getting a bit long on the tooth. So we thought we'd go for something a bit newer. So weighed up our options of what we were after. So we did have a look at the Rams. I got to say, sitting in one of those are comfy as, a lot of stuff's going on, a lot of electronics, and you've got adjustment for everything in there, I tell you. And sort of weighed it up which way to go. And it's the most important thing is when you're selecting a vehicle is what you want to do with it. Horses for courses, as they say. So for what we wanted to do and where we wanted to go, I think the Cruiser was a better option because, you know, I mean, like I said, the Rams are comfy, a lot of room inside them. They're good for the towing side of things, but you know, if you do a couple of hundred or a couple of thousand k's of outback corrugated roads with one of them, I don't know how they'd stack up because the old Cruisers are pretty much a proven vehicle. And the other thing with it also is the dealer and service network with them. I mean, they're getting pretty popular nowadays, and there's getting better, a lot more stuff you can get for them. But I tell you, just about every town in Australia's got a Toyota dealership, I think, so I've got no worries with that sort of thing. And plus, I know my way around the old Cruisers, so you know, we got the Cruiser anyway. So we'll give you a look at it and show you what we got. All right, so here we go. All right, so this is it. It's a 2021 BDJ 79 series 4-door Land Cruiser, V8 turbo diesel. That's it. All right. When we were looking for a vehicle, we wanted to get something that was no more than a couple of years old, under 50,000 k's, and this one came up when we were back home in Perth early last year, and it only had 5,000 k's on it, and the guy who owned it had done a lot of the work already on it, so that saved me a lot of time and running around. So when we sold the old one, and the other thing with these two is they hold their value really well. Like our old Cruiser we sold that and lost $4 grand on it. We had it for nearly 13 years, so you got no worries with resale. All right, we'll give you a look around it. First off, I want to start with the inside. So show you what we've done in here. All right, we'll just grab that off your door. All right, we haven't done a big heaps of changes, but first thing, I suppose, seat covers. So we're going for the Black Duck 4 elements, front and back. So great seat covers. Last we had them in the old Cruiser, and it I think we had it for about 6 years, or they were still on it when we sold it. The other thing we've gone for is the Department of Interior center console. And these are one of the things I hate about Toyota. When you get one, you pay a lot of money for these Cruisers, and they give you this epoxy bloody little plastic console thing in the center there. So anyway, the Department of Interior for the center console, a couple of cup holders, a bit of a tray there. You got a couple of power outlets there, and I've just mounted me what do you call it, me engine diagnostic thing there, and that's me tyre pressure monitor for the van. So I've mounted that there as well. And also with the Department of Interior, I've gone for the shelf up there, the roof parcel shelf up there, just so I got a bit extra storage space in there. What else we done here? We've stuck with the standard, we had sun in the eyes, standard, what do you call it, headset stereo. That seems to work fine. I'm not too phased. I don't want some systems that's a boom 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 type stuff. We did upgrade the little speakers that are in there to some better quality ones, so makes it sound a little bit better. All right, and around this side, well, I've got the Tow Pro, Red Arc Tow Pro, obviously for towing, so you can fully adjustable, which is great. Quad lock for the phone mount. That's really good. It's got the inbuilt charger, so just hook on and charges up. We'll just jump in. Look, got the HEMA HX2, which I reckon is great. I'd prefer a standalone type setup with the GPS and that, and mapping and that, so which is good. UHF. We're running the GME HX XRS. So yeah, that's the way to go with that. That's great. Just got a little magnetic clamp on that, and I've also hang on, turn that on. Wired the wired the stereo up with a reverse camera in it, so which is pretty handy, especially with the canopy on the back and in car parks and stuff like that. Really handy. Oh yeah, and the other thing with Toyota, I don't know why they haven't put the automatic in these things. I tell you what, that'll make it pretty handy, because they're the same motor as what's in the 200 series, so the automatic transmissions in them will bolt straight in. You can get a conversion done. I think you're about 25 to nearly 30 grand to get that done. So anyway, we'll stick with the 5-speed manual for now. Anyway, right. Okay, we'll have a look around the outside. So like I said before, the guy we got it off, he had a lot of the work already done to it. And the Perth Diesel Performance, obviously in Perth, done most of the work on it when he had it. So up front, got the Ironman bull bar, steel bull bar. We've got a GME 6dB antenna on it. These lights up here, these light ports, they're the HTX2s. They're already on it too, and they're fantastic. These things got the what do you call it? The halogen lights in the middle and the light LEDs around the outside. So and you can switch them on individually too. I fitted the winch to it. It's got gone for the I don't know if you can see in there or not. Anyway, it's got the 12,000 pound monster Ironman winch with a synthetic rope. So that's working quite well so far. I've only used it a couple of times, but haven't got myself in too much trouble yet. Wheels, gone for the I'll put these on as well. I've got the ROH hammers. What are they, 17.9s? They've got a -12 offset on them, so it just pokes them out just a little tiny bit further than your standard wheel track. These tyres, they've got the Bridgestone duals on at the moment, but I'll probably change them to something different when they wear out. Suspension wise, yeah, also the Ironman foam cell shockers with a 2-inch lift, and it's also had the GVM upgrade done. It's the 3.9 tonne, so that's all been certified and engineered and all ticked off by the Department of Transport. We've got rated toe points on the front here as well, and also got a bash plate under there as well just to help protect the front there, and that also keeps a lot of the mud and stuff off the alternators on these things. They sit quite low underneath the front there. Mirrors on the side, got the O-cams. They're the extendable ones. You can pull them out for towing, and I think they're a bit better than the clear views. We had clear views on the last one, and yeah, I really rate these ones. What else? Got the side steps, all the brush bars with the side steps, which are also part of the Ironman package. Up on the roof, got a Ryino rack up there with one of Perth Diesel Performance backbones to hold it all up there. There's a couple of solar panel up there, a Red Arc, what is it, 160 watts of solar up there. Okay, I've also gone with the Bushwhacker 270 awning. I'll set this up and I'll sort of keep talking and waffle on while I'm doing it. The reason I've gone for the Bushwhacker one is it's a bit shorter. But some of the other ones you get, they're about, I think they're 2.7, so it sticks out a bit longer here because they only have one. They all pivot from the back here. So this one here, it pivots from the back and the front. So I'll just give you a quick demo, show you how simple this thing is to set up. It's a freestanding one, so you don't have to have the pole, ropes and everything to hold it all down. It has kept poles with it, but if it does get a bit too greasy, that is. So just swing the first one, you swing out towards the front. Now, Deary's got the prof hat ready for me. So just hook one on the front here. Maybe make that a bit longer. There's this little ratchet thing up here. It's really easy. Just a little button there, you just push up and you can undo it, do it up, whatever you want to do. Put that on the front there. Then what we can do is just grab that, pull it around so it's got a bit of tension on it, just like voila. That's it. Then you grab the other end. I'll better grab my rope here. Take that with me. Then you grab the back one, pull that out. We'll come around here, spin up. You pull it right around. Same thing, just hook on, hook that on, hook it to an anchor point around this one. Oh, I just use the top of my roof rack around the back here. Whoop. Hook back. Same thing, grab the rope, pull it to just to tension it up. And that's it. How easy is that? And look how much room's under cover here. Massive. Hey, check that out. Other thing with these bushwhackers as well is they've got inbuilt lights. See up here, got a strip here, another one here. You just got a little cable that comes with just two little plugs here, plug it in, put in the cigarette lighter on the back of your canopy, whatever here, and it gives you some lighting. It's got white and amber for the insect repellent stuff. And it's got a couple of poles here. I just got them. They're just clicked up there, so you can swing them down if it does get a bit too breezy, and you can just helps it with that. And the other thing with these bushwhacker ones is because they go front and back, these two arms come out parallel to your canopy. So when you open your canopy door up, it goes in between them. See, no arm, because some of the other awnings that pivot off from the back here come across at an angle like that. So you've got to be careful your canopy door doesn't hit one of the arms. And also, because it can do that, you can set the whole thing down slightly lower, because you can see this one's here where it's mounted. It's actually mounted on the canopy here, not up on a rack above it, which should probably give it another, I don't know, 7 inches, 6, 7, 8 inches height up there. So it'll be way up there, So yeah, you don't have to have it where you're on your tip toes or need a ladder to, especially if you've got some big lifts or on your vehicles where you want to try and reach it to set it up. So that's a good point to think about with this sort of setup. But geez, use your room, mate. All right, that's the awning. I think I've covered most stuff on the outside. All right, I'll quickly fold this up. Grab yourself a drink for a sec. I'd be sick. And we'll show you the back end, the canopy and the electrics. Oh yeah, under the back here, we're going to grab that off your dome. This is one of the other things I hate about what Toyota they haven't fixed. I put the J-Max track correction diff in it. Because as most of you probably know, there you go. The Toyota's come out with almost 100mm narrower back end on them than what the front is. So you just track terrible. I don't know why Toyota haven't rectified that. So I've put the J-Max diff in. It's an upgraded diff. It's a heavy duty one. It can carry more weight, and it corrects that, and you don't have to worry about putting spacers or offset rims on the back of it to keep it all squared off or in line with the front wheels. And just under here also got the 3-inch stainless steel Manta exhaust system on it, so get it to breathe a bit easier. Would like something that's a bit more V8 sound in it, because these they've got the DPF in them. That sort of quieten them down a fair bit, so it'd be good if we could, if you're allowed to, was get rid of the DPF or the diesel particulate filters, make it actually sound like a proper V8 then. I'll come around the back here. Running a rubbish bag, exactly. That's an MSA one. It's not a huge one, which I didn't want something too big. It's got the zip on the bottom, so you can't do the zip around the bottom. Put a rubbish bin underneath to drop all your empty tins out, or any rubbish, whatever else you got in there. And it also attaches here, so if you obviously want to get your spare wheel to get it off, you can undo these clips here and flip it up, undo your wheel nuts, or whatever you're securing your spare wheel, get that off. Okay, also put my shovel up here. So I like to have things, you want the things to get easy to get at instead of mucking around. I've just got the old Ryini rack clamps, shovel clamps on it. Okay, that's it, easy. So if you need to do your business or dig a hole, you've got the shovel handy. All right, we'll just throw that down there for a minute. Keep going. What else we got? Oh, it's got the boat loader up on top. I'll do a video later on somewhere down the track. Show how that all works and get the boat on and off. There's got a little 2JM 4,500 kilo winch up on the roof there this time. I used to use on my old system, the winch on the front of the car, but now I've got to put a little designated winch up on the roof there, which has got a little cordless remote. But now I'll show you that another time, that one. I think that's about it with a quick walk around on the outside. So the next big thing you got is obviously the canopy. All right, before we start the back, we almost forgot the motor under the bonnet. What's going on under here? We've got the breathers, the front and rear diff breather, gearbox and transfer case breather, and that one there is winch breather, so we've got a breather on the winch. So we've also got under here the a bit dusty, the Bendix brake booster, the upgraded brake booster, because these things haven't got the best of brakes from standard, so that's a big plus. Also we have the secondary filter down there, and up here we've got the Red Arc DC 1225 charger, which is hooked up to the secondary battery up here to keep all that nice and charged up. I've also it's also got a battery link, which I meant to show you inside. I can just press a button, I can link the two batteries together for a relay. And the other thing I didn't show you, I can show you while I'm here now, I suppose. On the winch, got the big solenoid down there, so I can isolate the solenoid from in the cab. Just press a button, isolate it, press it, activate it, so that way there's no power to it, so that when we're not using it. Apart from that, I've got a catch can here as well, just to clean the gases out there from the EGR and not clogging your inlet manifolds up. Alrighty, alright, well, let's get to this end. Alright, here it is, the canopy. Now this is a made in Mandurah by Sam's Stainless Steel Alloy Manufacturing, and the boys down there, CJ and Chris and the team, I tell you what, this is probably one of their canopies are just as good as any of the big name players that you have around the place. Right, we'll start here. It comes with a, well, this particular one is got a ladder, drop down ladder on the back, obviously. I've got a jerry can holder on that side, so I don't carry a jerry can, but I use it for want to throw me snatch traps or something if they've been used and they're all dirty, or throw a little bit of water in it. Obviously the spare wheel holders, I'm just running one spare wheel. I think that's plenty. All the time we've been travelling, I think we've had about what, 2 punches and 1 blowout in the last 6 years. What else have we got here? Got the big trundle drawer on the back here. Whoop. So whoop, yeah, I might get you all that. Try that again, eh? Big trundle drawer on the back here. We're still sort of trying to work out how we're setting up and packing stuff at the moment. So I've got a toolkit in here, a couple of filters, some spare wheel bearings, a few spare parts in here, a couple of old hoses for spare. So yeah, ton of room in there for storage in there. Got a water tap here. I'll show you in a sec where the tank. There you go, water. It's only gravity fed. I find that's plenty of water coming out there. Otherwise, I think pump fed once you end up using too much water in the end. All right, just come around the other side here. All right, come around here. Oh yeah, before we go, stay there. We've got the airbags. I've got to tell you about when I had them under the car before. There's the valve to pump the airbags up. Just only use them. Won't run too much pressure, just to level up the car when we've got the van on the back, just to keep things sitting. So we haven't got the airbags specifically to carry weight. So just to level it up a bit, so that works quite fine. Alrighty, still that water tank up here. It's all lockable, and we've got a secondary fuel tank in here, which I've also forgot to mention more under there before. It's a Brown Davis 110 litre auxiliary fuel tank. So all up, we can carry maybe near 250 litres of fuel. Like the original tank's about 140 litres, 110, so yeah, 250 litres of diesel. So if you're going to run out with that, you're in trouble. So while we're on fuel, this has had a remap done to it. So the old 79 we had a chip in it. This one's actually been remapped, retuned, so it's given it an extra 40 kilowatts of power. So it's and a lot of usable power. It's got a lot of low down torque. So it's made a big difference. You can really notice it on this. And with the fuel economy, you're getting between about 21 and 23 litres per 100. That's with the van on. So when we're fully loaded, and the weights are up there, yeah, which is not too bad, I don't reckon. So anyway, that's that part of it. Alright, with the camp also side toolboxes, so a ton of room in there. I've got the ARB twin compressor in there, all hardwired in. I'll show you where we turn it on and off when we get around the other side. I just carry some of my hoses in here. I've got that's just a 50 amp, what do you call it, Anderson plug extension lead there. Yeah, anyway, that's what goes in that one. What else? Oh, well, here we go. I'll open this up, have a look inside, just put yourself. Okay, this is inside. Got a big drawer here. So they actually click and lock open, so that if you want a bit of a slope, they're not going to go sliding in. That's how, yep. What I've got here, got just I just got a bit more spares, few tools, spares, my drill, chainsaw, things like that. Up here, I carry my fishing rods up here. I've just got some wall mount holders that I've mounted up in the roof up in there. That way I can leave them set up. They're up out the way. If I can get at them nice and easy, if we pull up somewhere and see a nice bit of water hole, I can just go whoop, grab that and fish tackle block is right here. So grab a lure out and hopefully get on a fish. Don't laugh. Also with the canopies, with the Sam's canopies, the mounting ribs up here, they take the Ryini bolts, so you can just put them in and lock them, so you can, instead of drilling holes everywhere, you can use these to mount if you want to mount something else, another drawer up there or something, or a shelf or whatever you want to do. So that's another bonus with that setup. I carry my boat motor in the back here as well. Like I said, I'll do another vid later on with getting the boat on and off, and I can show you how I get that in and out. It's got lights here. It's also got insect lights as well. I can turn that on and off from my phone if I wanted to, or I just use the switches. There's another one in the inside here. It's a bit hard to see the daylight. And so that all works quite well. That part of it. I just put a bit of carpet on the inside of the doors just to make it look a bit pretty. So and it's got the central locking as well. So jump out your car to go shopping, just go click and everything. You know, everything's going to be locked. What else on this side? Oh, anything else in a minute? I'll get to the electrical system shortly. We'll finish doing the canopy. Oh, come around this side. Woohoo. Alright, this is the side we sort of live out of. Same thing, got another drawer. We carry a bit of stuff in here. Oh, there we go. Hey, that's the bomb, that stuff. The old Mike's beef jerky. So if you ever want some good beef jerky, get on to him on the one you're online. And they're in Robe, I think it's, yeah, South Australia. Bloody beautiful. Chili and the black pepper one. Anyway, there you go, tip for more beef jerky. Right, yeah, another drawer here. Also, we've got a little table we can slide out. Want a bit of cooking. I've got the induction cooker there running that now, so we can cook up and get down the beach, river, wherever we are. So that's that. Alright, just slide that back in. Got a bit more storage up in here. I've just got a container up there with a bit of stuff in it. Can't put a carton of beer, can't round a beer. Another shelf up here. Normally we throw our fold-up tables up in here, so that way they're easy to get in and out when we're on the road. Somebody want to pull up somewhere, just bang, grab it straight out. And once again, that's the boat motor from this side. Going the 85 litre Bushman's fridge, upright fridge. We had the Dometic one in the old ute. It works pretty good. I think the Bushman one works a little bit better. Draws less power. Like I said, we've gone to 85 litre. A lot of people put the 130 litres in it, but I think 85 is quite big enough. and that drops the top of it down a little bit, and gives me another shelf up here. I've just got a few containers up here with just a couple of hockey straps, the ropes from the awning. So it's just stuff that's easy to get at and handy that you use. So one thing I forgot to show, that's the inside of it. So now I've got a little freezer up here. I did take the door off the freezer, had a little door on it. I think that this makes it a bit colder inside the fridge. So still, well, that's ice, that's all I can see solid. So it's handy, that's handy, because that way I can keep my bait in there and not have to keep it in the caravan, because old misso goes off with, you know what it's like when you got half a packet of squid or something and all the juices run down on your fridge, stuff in the fridge. So yeah, Mrs hates that. So anyway, I keep that in here. Oh well, might as well have a beer while we're here. It's only quite warm here today. So yeah, I reckon 85 litres is plenty big enough. Does the job, yep. And the concept of an upright fridge is way better than having to slide out. And hang on, I need this. Oh jeez, I ain't been tonguing for that. And yeah, like an upright slide out with a chest freezer type stuff, like your Angles and Wacos, and then that brings up, you're up here like this, or putting a drop down on it. And drop downs are there, what, 800 bucks, 900 bucks. And they weigh about 20-30 kilos just on their own. Alright, so that's it, the Sam's canopy. Like I said, CJ and Chris down there, the team, did a great job. It's all done out of 3mm aluminium plate. So it's nice and solid, it's not flimsy, it's not going to crack and fall to bits like some of the cheaper ones you can get hold of, and it just looks great, you know. Just the lines, the guards, like even like the lines coming through here, sort of continues to follow the lines on the vehicle itself right through. It just suits it. And of course it's colour coded to the car. Alright, I think that's about it for the canopy. Alright, electrical system. Going the red arc, the red vision. Now Aaron and the boys down there, and girls, but not forget the girls, got the girls down there, the old Shazza and that. It's South Coast Auto Electrics in Mandurah. They done all the electrical system for me. They rewired my van for upgraded my caravan as well, and they've done all this. And they work together with Sam's canopies and that as well. So when they get your canopy built, they work with them. They're only around the corner from each other to get your fit outs done. So they team up together, which was great. Now go on the red vision. That's your display here. Shows you your state of charge, what you're drawing, when you've got something running. So we've got so I can turn on that turns on the inverter, turn it off. I can turn the compressor on. Oh, I don't know if you can hear that, just cut out. So I can that's got to turn the compressor on and off. I can turn my lights on and off through here as well, and it's also Bluetooth. Like you can hook the Bluetooth to your phone, so you can operate it all from sitting at your camp chair. You can turn your lights on and off, or your, I don't know, whatever else you want to do. And if you want to, you can actually hook up your water levels in your water tank and that too, if you want to keep an eye on that. So it's got a lithium slimline neutron 200 amp hour battery in it, so it sits up in behind this panel. So it's only about that wide, about that long, in behind there, so it takes up no room. Nice and compact, so that's well out the way. And I've also mounted my Makita battery charger up on the panel here, so I can just I just tuck the cord down here, so I can just plug it in, turn it on. Start the inverter, of course, and I can charge my batteries up, which, because I've got the electric chainsaw, which you would have seen, and the electric drill, all the Makita stuff. So yeah, drop it in, turn it on, drive off. When you pull up, it's all charged. So that's a good little addition to that. Another thing we've got on the canopy here too is got some alarms. Alarm on each door, just up here. There's just a little micro switch that's hooked to the door. So the door's open, and you turn the ignition on, alarm inside the cab goes off. And I have done this a few times before, back in the early days, is jumped in the car to drive off and not realise the door's open and going off down the road. So that, you can imagine the bit embarrassing that would be if you go around the corner imagine lose all your beers for a start. So anyway, alarms on the doors, yeah, do yourself a favour, you got that sort of set, and put them on, because it'll save you. Alright, this is from what I said a bit before, that's the 2000 watt red arc inverter, and the Red Vision control panel over there. So it's all fused, it's all done through that distributes it all throughout wherever you want it to go. So that's how that all operates. Not the cheapest setup, I suppose, but it's probably but it's the best. It's just ask Aaron down at South Coast there. He swears by it. That's the only stuff he'll use. And they've got a great after sales service too with Red Arc too. You phone up and you really help you out over the phone if you do have any drums. I've never had any problems with it. I don't know if you can just see the top of that battery down there. It's a bit hard to see, it's probably a bit closer. That's the battery there. You can see how thin it is, and yeah, that's 200 amp hour battery. That is. Oh, it's an 80 litre water tank. I did show you the tap out the back, and that's situated just under the guts of between the chassis rails in there. So that gives us 80 litres of water on here as well. I don't know. Have I got anything else? I can't think of anything else. I've probably forgotten something. But yeah, very happy with the setup. Love the look of it. They just look great. Does the job. They're not probably the superest luxury sort of vehicle, but for what they do and where it takes you, I think it's a bit hard to go past these things. I think for the towing, the performance, reliability, ease to get parts, stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know, that's it. I can't think of anything else. Anyway, like I said, I probably missed something. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that, and give a bit of a run in of what we use to get around this country of ours. And so I'm enjoying this. So if there's anything else you might want to know, or any questions you might have on the rig, yeah, just write in the comments, or just send us a comment or something or other, and I can get back to you. Alrighty, I think that's it. Alright, we're going to wheel back to camp and get in a few more of these.